ActionSA in KwaZulu-Natal says the celebration of the Auditor-General report in the eThekwini Metro by the ANC is absurd. The party says under the ANC has presided over a municipality with dilapidating infrastructure and lack of service delivery. Joining us is Zwakele Mncwango, ActionSA KZN Premier Candidate. Zwakele, appreciate your time this afternoon. Now, your reaction, give us some more insights into your thoughts regarding that intro I've just shared.
Yeah, greetings to you, Hugo, and greetings to the viewers at home. Yeah, I must say it is really embarrassing sometimes to hear leaders in government celebrating the outcome of the audit, which shows really the council is collapsing. Our metro is collapsing in eThekwini. Unfortunately, we even engaged with AG on a term of unqualified audit, because sometimes it gives rise of leaders celebrating as if everything is well. Now, the big question, Hugo, for example, how do you celebrate when the audit outcome shows that you've got 3.9% spent only on infrastructure repairs? So if you can't really repair your infrastructure because you can't spend your money, how can you celebrate? 3.9% expenditure is very shocking. 58% of water loss is in eThekwini, which means you lost a lot of revenue with this water loss. But also, you have irregular expenditure of 2.6 billion in just 1 year. So you can't celebrate that. You've got a debt ration of 3.6 billion. It's right off. Now you've got issues of bad financial management, lack of consequence management. You've got financial misconduct coming from the AG's report. But more or less, Hugo, is around the issue of wastewater treatment plants. We know that eThekwini is currently suffering with the issue of sewer after the floods. But it's been going on for a while. AG reflects the fact that there's a high pollution of environment in eThekwini because of our sewer lines, which are not really functioning, because our pump stations are not functioning. But then you have the city that's unable to spend the budget for maintenance. At the same time, you receive money from Treasurer to deal with issue of floods, and you can't spend. Treasurer nearly took back 1.9 billion rand from the city. That tells you that eThekwini municipality is currently not functioning. We have no leadership. It's why we were very shocked to see smaller parties really supporting the mayor when we had a motion of no confidence, because we believe that it was high time to remove the mayor, because we need new leadership who can really rescue the city. The city is in crisis. Unfortunately, we couldn't win that motion because of smaller parties who are greedy, who supported the ANC.
Well, one of the things that we must talk about is the lack of consequence management emanating from this report. I mean, these reports perpetually speak to both the successes, albeit very, very few, but also the challenges and shortcomings of the municipalities. Now, where is the aspect of consequence management?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue, Hugo. For example, you will remember that we are currently also engaging our legal team around the fact that the mayor decided to ban oversight for councillors. Remember, one of the main duties of councillors is to do oversight. Now, you look at the issue of unspent budget of 3.9%, now, which tells you that councillors, one can blame them for not doing their job in ensuring that they follow the budget, because after passing the budget and you know what's budget for, you must be able to follow and to say how you spend the budget. If you've got infrastructure that should be maintained or to be built, you must be able to monitor as councillors. But the mayor of eThekwini decided single-handedly to ban councillors from doing oversight, which means you can't hold officials to account, which means then there's no consequences. For example, if you remember, not long ago, we raised this ActionSA, we raised an issue of 5 million, which was supposed to spend on AIDS Women's League Conference, with an MOU signed by the municipality. We asked for investigation. The ANC was denying having involved in this corruption, and the investigation came out, the report came out, proving us correct that there was really MOU between the city and the ICC to pay for the ANC Women's Conference. Now, the big question is, what are the consequences? Now, you find that the ANC is now shifting the officials who are behind this, because the report details that the ANC leaders in the region gave instruction to the deputy city manager to sign this MOU so that they can able to fund the ANC Women's Conference. It shows again the issues around the consequence management, because the question is, who must account? Not long ago, Hugo, there was a situation where council had to write off about 700 million rand of IT system, which we warned them long ago that this system is not going to be useful for the city, rather not do it. But because they were arrogant, they went ahead to purchase this system instead of using SAP, which is normally used by other councillors. But right now we have to write off. Now this issue of 2.6 billion rand, you ask yourself, what are the consequences? Because now you know you have lost about 2.6 billion rand. You have to write off 3.6 billion rand. You can imagine the service delivery you can provide people of this city of 3.6 billion rand. It's a lot of money. Now you ask yourself, where are the consequences of this financial misconduct? But again, it's a political win. That is why we are saying we need the new leadership who can review how systems are working. It can't be that 30 years of democracy, we are still talking about SAM processes that are being flawed. You still have officials doing business with the city. You still find corruption. You still find awards. Like, for example, last council meeting, Hugo, to tell you, for example, there was annual expenditure which were to write off where a contractor decided to go and install toilets without being given a work by the municipality. Then they came to them from the municipality. Then the city is paying them. There's no scope of this work, but now we are forced to pay them. Now you ask yourself, how is it possible? If someone go and do work beyond the scope, there must be consequences. Who gave instruction for a person to do work? Then why council have to pay? How a CFO even sign off the invoice for the work which there's no scope of? So these are the issues that you are saying the municipality is collapsing, and we are hoping that those parties who are behind keeping the ANC in this municipality really can come back and account to the ratepayers of eThekwini, because ratepayers are asking questions. The ANC is below 50% in eThekwini. How they continue governing, it's bizarre, because smaller parties that are greedy, who go and ask for money instead of running the city with other opposition parties and ensure that we clean our municipality. It's unfortunate that we sit here with a municipality where we can't really fix our infrastructure. The city is dirty. Our beaches, when they're closed, it affects our economy. When you put our infrastructure,
allow me to come in. I mean, you raise the issue of sitting and watching, and I think that's also an issue to be taken to task. You know, there are continual complaints, continual issues that are being raised, and many of these issues, from what you suggest and what's reflected in the report, speak to issues of corruption that are pretty clear. Surely there should be some conversations with the authorities to push for investigations, not just a case of let's get them fired or let's get a change of government or leadership, but it should be about taking these individuals to task to the point where they're investigated and the law takes a course, do you not think?
Not true. That is why I was waiting. I wrote to CIU. CIU is a City Integrated Investigation Unit, which does internal investigation. So when they come back with a report, the municipal manager have a responsibility to open the criminal cases. But right now, we haven't done so with the ICC matter, for example. We are going to open a case as ActionSA so that someone must account. We involve Hawks as well. But also, we also move a motion to disband the entire board of ICC, because we believe they fail to play their oversight role as the board of the institution. But moreover, with the issue of eThekwini, remember we're currently in court. We are in court challenging the municipality to fix infrastructure so that we can really have our economy growing and able to employ more people, create jobs, because what we need eThekwini at the moment. Unfortunately, as ActionSA, we had to go to court because we tried everything internally. I'm hoping the case, Hugo, will be sometimes March, April, because we already advanced We've done our reply affidavit. They've signed their affidavit as well. So the case with our municipality is in advanced stages. But it's unfortunate that as ActionSA, we need to go to court, use a justice system to get justice for our residents. It's unfortunate because the city should be doing according to the Constitution, because for the mandate, as per the Constitution, to service our communities and catch corruption, make sure that we save every cent to provide our police services. But unfortunately, that's how it is. But the only thing now is to get government of the ANC out of power. That is why even today, we encourage voters or public to go and register today and tomorrow so that they can have their voice, because only voters and the public of South Africa can really fix South Africa. We can't fix South Africa alone as ActionSA. We need them to go out and register so that we can really make meaningful change in our country.
Zwakele, you raise an important issue, and that is the issue of voter registration this weekend, the final voter registration, even though individuals are able still to register until the President has announced the date. What are the conversations that you are having with the potential voters, and obviously those that are in support of ActionSA, in bringing to light many of these discrepancies that are occurring in the eThekwini municipality?
Look, first of all, what is important here is to really engage with our voters, because when you engage door to door, it's unfortunate because even during the week, you'll find families sitting at home, young people who should be working, they're at home, no jobs, no businesses. So the engagement going on is to say, look, so their voice now, they can bring meaningful change by going out and register, so that you can really empower by creating an environment that is conducive enough to create jobs and also empower young people with skills to start businesses. But also when we cut corruption, we can able to really do a lot of things. Like the education system doesn't really produce graduates that can create jobs by starting businesses. That is why ActionSA, we have empowerment fund where we are saying we'll support those young people or people who previously disadvantaged who didn't get opportunities, because we believe a lot of people need to get involved in a mainstream economy. Like, if you look at the issue now, is the fact that when we spoke about sewer in eThekwini, it means even investors can't come to eThekwini. The corruption, the delays on town planning in eThekwini, delay to a point where investors are disappointed and discouraged to invest their money. So those are the issues we are saying as ActionSA, we are prepared to address, not only eThekwini, but in the entire province of KwaZulu-Natal, because we believe that the KZN province have a lot to offer, even in terms of agriculture. You know, we want to encourage young people to get involved in agriculture. Our people must get involved in a mainstream economy, not only to seek for jobs, but to start businesses. But we must ensure that we have equal education, which is quality education, and also quality healthcare system, and ensure that really we have justice and social justice. We believe as ActionSA, we can empower our people by ensuring that we provide stable environment. And also, we believe, Hugo, rural development is the key, because most people are coming from rural areas in KZN. So they come to Durban for opportunities or go to Joburg for opportunities. But if you're able to grow economy in rural areas by attracting investors to come in rural areas, there's no way why someone will want to leave their homes and go to urban areas. But the migration to urban areas is because of environment. There's not conducive enough for investors to come closer to the people.